Hello everybody, how's everyone doing? Ame Gakita. Alright, we are gonna talk about Sweet Baby in one more time. Basically, I mean like, apparently I got some feedback. So there are some people who gonna go around, give their own idea along the line. So yeah, I'm gonna give my footage. Initially, I don't want to give my 100% footage. I just saying that if Sweet Baby in go along the line of creating trouble for in like or vandalizing the game in a way, yeah, I don't think they should be working in this game industry in the first place. So now what actually fully happened? Well, I had said this one in my previous video, so I will say it again. So apparently, a game consultation company called Sweet Baby Inc. have been going around creating some sort of like trying to add in their ideology, propaganda, or whatever they have in their mind into games that most people would say that again. They want to play the game not by adding stuff that the other person want to add in. Basically, in a sense, is that people play, like I said before, that people play game as a form of escapism from real life, or stuff that they don't want to be in. And at the same time, there will be some people who is trying to add in stuff that trying to add in. Oh no! You are just against human. You are just against people along the line. And whether it's by joke or sarcasm, some people just can't get it. So apparently, people trying to like this Sweet Baby Inc. company is trying to add in their so-called propaganda, or maybe in the way so-called most people will be using lately, like Rev Say Desu along Hiro-san been saying like the woke culture along the line. In case anyone want to know what is the woke culture in a way, it is basically something similar to Black Lives Matter. It is origin meant for the American Africa people, where people get trying to showcase where there is discrimination along the line or whatever. So it's basically some sort of against racism culture, but because you can't really say that a long name, so you just come out with a simple name that how America love to, so they come out with the word called woke culture. But then again, because it's called woke culture in a way, there are some people who kind of misuse the system or the word itself to kind of like benefit themselves in a way. So basically what she maybe in after I did a little bit of research along the line, and mind you guys, I didn't want to do like full take along the line. Like I can give my opinion along the line, but it's more a random chat. It's just a random stuff. But then again, some people just love to create some discussion with me for no apparent reason. So yep, now you are gonna get the full take. So basically, how I feel about the whole situation. Number one, I do not think the company should go around attacking other people just to indicate that, oh, people are trying to go against our company along the line, or if you're against us, you are racism. Well, basically the funny thing is, right, if you are trying to use racism or LGBTQ or any other thing, propaganda or whatsoever, to cover yourself, as well as using those other community that you are not supposed to be part of it, and yet you're trying to indicate them as your so-called meat shield, yeah, F you, alright? So the thing is, right, often more than not, as a writer, I can see why some people will, I mean, like, I got some people telling me that, hey, sometimes you add a little bit of detail, there is some spices to it. But then again, I will argue one more time, is that sometimes a little bit too much can be a little bit too crazy or too bad. Because if, example, if you eat 10 hamburger per meal each day, every single day, 24/7, oh, tell me how you love it. Yeah, tell me right now, right in the comment section below, and tell me, do you guys love to eat 10 burger every single day, the same old burger, the same old meal, every single day, 3 times per day, 24/7? If you love it, good for you. Pachi, here's a clap for you. So the thing is, right, as much as there is a thing called too much of the thing can be too much, can be too bad, can be considered too bad, right? I mean, like, if people say like, oh, bacon, the more you eat, the more you enjoy. But then again, when you eat too much bacon, you realize that it can lead to obesity, or sometimes have a little bit of high cholesterol on the line. So basically, there is a health concern to it. So as a writer, sometimes when I come up with stuff in the past for character setting along the line, I have to make sure that do the gamers or do the viewers or to the audience, will they understand what am I trying to push forward for this character? So if people can't understand what I'm pushing forward, then there's no point of me trying to indicate the character, because the character will become irrelevant one day. So often more than not, I don't like to go like 100% full out on take, because sometimes some take can offend some people along the line, but then again some people want to offend me, so I will give the full take. But then again, it's like, does this sit well with me in a way? With the reason why sometimes again, like I mentioned, I have to take from all sides of the coin, look at the coin, and then see how it goes. But then again, like I mentioned, sometimes information can be misleading. So I often more than not give the benefit of doubt in many situations, look around in the situation. And this time, after looking at some information that I sourced it myself, I can safely say that the company Sweet Baby in a way, they have been creating propaganda, stating propaganda along the line, and going as far as trying to indicating that, hey, we are the one creating all this trouble. But then again, it's like, oh, we are also creating trouble for other game along the line. And then if you're against us, we're going to give you more trouble along the line. So apparently there is one group in Steam where they trying to indicate what game that have been so-called vandalized by Sweet Baby Inc. along the line, but then the Sweet Inc. company, the employee, instead of taking in the critique, instead of understanding what went wrong along the line, why people are making noise along the line, they instead trying to attack the gamers. They are instead gonna attack. So the funny thing is that initially it was like I believe a lot of people will say that, oh, it's just a minority of the gamers. But then again, when you step on one gamers and you kind of pinpoint it, sometimes other people kind of like play the game, they don't give a F to the game along the line, they don't care about the story, they don't care about it. But when people realize that Sweet Baby Inc. may be doing the vandalism to most of their favorite game, it does not sit well with many other gamers or other peoples or other players, because they really kind of like they kind of like been saying along the line, like even Hero say that sometimes we can't blame on the company itself for the bad game. Sometimes it can be due to many factors, it can be due to programming situation, it can be due to designer situation, and in this case it is very likely that Sweet Baby Inc. is also part of the responsibility. They have to hold accountability for the action. So in this case, they are not holding accountability. They don't want to get any credit. They don't want people to talk about them. But then again, I would say along in my previous video that sometimes you have to understand, when you give your credit, the other party may not be accepting of it. But when you try the other way around, will you do the same thing again? Will you accept other people's thing? Will you accept other people's critique? No, it is very hard to do so, because it is like everyone is like, oh no, full denial along the line. So I, in my previous video, also stated that Sweet Baby Inc. apparently have been going from phase 1 of the same person to the phase 4 where it's an insane person. There is a full phase of how a person can become insane in my phase. I will again put up a video one day talking about it. But I mentioned along the line that phase 1 is basically when an emotion affects it. So like, love, dislike, hate can be the first emotion. Then after that, it will lead to the second phase, which is obsession with it. Now, what is the third phase and the fourth phase that I have been kind of like putting it out? So basically the third phase, I will just say that it's come up with weird reasoning of things that people go along the line, because often more than not, they'll try to justify their reason, which is the reason why I say weird reasoning, because people come up with things that doesn't make sense to justify their action. And it can be reason like when they say, oh, I need to stop a person because I need to protect the person along the line. So sometimes stalker can come up with their reason to indicate that they are trying to love the person, and they come up with their reason. So not for more than not, that is the really like weird reasoning. So third phase, reasoning. Now the last phase, again, full denial, is one of the phase where often more than not is considered insane, because they will come up with reasons, say, oh, we are not true, that is fake, that you are just trying to make, so it's made worse than coming out with weird reasoning along the line, and they just, to my ear, it's like blah, 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 along the line. So the thing is, like, often more than not, when they come out in full denial, when they are trying to deny whatever other people are trying to speak to them, then that is basically the fourth phase, and that is considered the insane case. But then again, what is the final phase that I sometimes do talk about is basically the last phase, where it's basically they are insane, idiot, stupid, or whatsoever other thing that you guys can think of. But then again, often more than not, the the final phase, normally, which I wouldn't state as part of the fourth phase, is basically that is a different situation because they are really, from the fourth phase, food denial is considered insane already. But then if they go way beyond that, they just basically send them to the mental health institution or any mental health therapy along the line and see whether they can help them along the line. But then again, this is how this life is about. But then again, we can never know too much. Okay. Now, so second thing I will have to indicate that again, sometimes does this kind of gamers make a lot of noise along the line. Sometimes when you look at the game, some of the gamer situation when there are also cases where some of the gamer indicating things that doesn't seem to make sense along the line, or some of the so-called young generation saying, oh no sexual stuff, we don't like sexual stuff. But then again, when you look at the situation, are they truly really hate this kind of thing? When you go and find their like, there are cases where even Rev say your like are probably along the line, so often more than not you can go to their so-called like in Twitter along the line and post about, yeah, sometimes they have like this kind of thing, or they support this kind of propaganda along the line. And sometimes some of the employees of Sweet Baby Inc. creating like, oh, we are racist, but then if you are against us, you are racist along the line. So it's kind of funny thing is like sometimes I've been looking into some of the situation, like when I was looking into their tweet, or sometimes when I even go to the point of, I just based on information of Red-san and Hero-san. But then when I go and search it out myself to do a full like digging along the line, yeah, it's not nice. Okay, so apparently I am just going to indicate as a few things is that apparently some of the employees couldn't take a critique very well, that they decided to say that, oh, we are going to cancel the other the so-called cancer, using the word the cancer because they are very cancer and for cancer, but they love to use the word cancer apparently to cover themselves. So the thing is, right, they are trying to indicate that the gamer who's against them would be racist or along the line, and they're trying to cancel them along the line. When you turn out and look at their tweet or their post, you find out that they are the ones who are racist. I mean, like, so-called this apparently that this Kinlan-san is a white racist. Basically, he hate white apparently, and he's stating that whoever is against him is also racist. So I don't understand what he's thinking about. So I think he's trying to use racist as a mixture to himself, because the thing is, right, again, I say a lot of time, when you say other people, it can rebound and it can also mean you. So funny thing is that this person is a racist and he's trying to indicate that others are racist, but then he's a racist. So the question I have to let you guys and write in the comment again, do you think when a racist person talking about other people, a racist, is a racist thing? I don't know. I mean, like, to me, I'm just finding that it's just weird that this kind of thing have been happening in Twitter, and Sweet Baby Inc. is the so-called the epicenter of all these things, so I kind of not very sure what is happening along the line. But then again, when you kind of like look into their situation where they're using LGBTQ or racist things as a meat shield to cover their base, yeah, doesn't look good. Because the thing is that, again, when you add in race, like the game already kind of like already, the script is already all done, the character is all done, but then game company decided to, okay, we consult this company because they say that, oh, if we don't get consulted by this company, apparently the CEO apparently has stated that they will use cancer more or bash the company for being a racist along the line, and company doesn't want to get themselves in trouble, so they consult the company apparently, and Sweet Baby Inc. was the company along the line, and they add in their propaganda, they add in their ideology, they add in their storyline, and then they make the whole game worse. So it's kind of interesting that some game company just trying to cover themselves, and the thing is, right, some of the game story when the lead showed the script had been done long ago, like some of the character is already long fixed already. Apparently some of the, again, like I always talk about Sweet Baby Inc. love to brag, which again I will mention a few things again later on, is that they love to brag apparently, and they brag about how like some of the employees say, oh hey, we made one of the characters that was supposed to be white into black because it's all of the characters are in white, but then we don't want all white, so we have to add a little bit black. What? I mean, like, if you're telling me that there is a world that is, I mean, like, so if a game consists all black, no white, does it still make it racist because it's all about white or black? or whatever, just only one race? Does it seem racist? Look at Japanese game. Most of the Japanese game characters are Japanese. Does that make it racism to you guys? I don't know. If you add in stuff that is not supposed to be in there, I think you guys are the racist one, nani. Along the line. So the thing is, right, it's kind of weird that how people go thinking like, oh, just because you consider one race and it all consider racism along the line. So I think this is just crazy how people are crazy enough to the point that I'm actually very shocked. Now, secondly, I will say why LGBTQ got into this situation is that sometimes when some of the characters are really like straight, but some people say, oh, like one of the, this is actually quote by one of the employees, okay? I feel gross out when I see two white people kissing. Wow! I didn't know there are people who kind of gross out from people kissing each other. So if you got two Asian people kissing each other, or when you got one white, one black kissing each other, or do you have one black or one Asian kissing each other, or one white or one Asian kissing each other, would that be considered gross to you guys? I don't know. I mean, like, the thing is, right, the way people come up with ideas, again, like one of the reasons why when some people love a specific things, you add in some additional stuff that doesn't seem to make sense, it just throw the whole story out the window in a way. So often more than not, you have to look into some situation that, like again back to the story setting, do you want to add the stuff or do you want to remove the stuff? Sometimes removing it, reducing the character setting sometimes can make the character a little bit simple, but effective. Reason being is that people will be able to understand the character more easily because there is not much to it. But then again, when you add a little bit of hint here and there, then that is when the spice start happening. So at this time of time, does the writer of Sweet Baby Inc. creating more trouble, or are they creating more propaganda? In this case, after doing a research, I would say yes, they seems to be the one creating more propaganda. Because if a lot of gamers are now grouping up together to go against Sweet Baby Inc., yeah, the Sweet Baby Inc. are creating more trouble based on the information that I have researched. Now, it's kind of again funny thing that how the Sweet Baby Inc. trying to shut up their critic is that apparently they trying to cancel or trying to force report other party along the line. And the thing is, right, if you can't take the credit, don't work as this company, don't work as a writer, don't do this thing, because your ego is so bad, it's so damn weak that you can't accept this kind of thing. Yeah, don't even consider working in this kind of industry in the first place. But then again, some people just love to see the world burn in their propaganda and can't take the credit along the line. So yeah, I can see why. Because the thing is that I have been talking with one of, apparently, someone they're going around saying, hey, world culture is not, the world culture should not be a thing. It should not be part of this along the line. Like, when you are being defensive along the line, when you're trying to tell people that, no, the gamer are the majority of the group. But the thing is, right, gamer in games, right, are the majority. The audience are the one, the players, the gamers, they are the one who buy the game, support the game, and if you go against them, who is going to play your games? So the thing is, right, a lot of companies think that, oh, just because they add in stuff that is not supposed to be in the game, just because of race, just because of LGBTQ, just because of whatsoever things along the line, in things that doesn't make sense, yeah, that is when the gamers will be aware. And people have been kind of like pointing that, hey, games have been getting bad, story have been getting worse along the line. Is it due to localization, or is it due to bad writing along the line? And in this case, I think that if Sweet Baby Inc. situation is as per what their employees have been bragging about, yeah, it's definitely Sweet Baby Inc. situation that they are the cause, the so-called cancer, the so-called virus in the game industry. And if people are bashing them and going against them, the Sweet Baby Inc. have to accept it because they are the one causing all the trouble. So the only advice that I will give to Sweet Baby Inc. is shut up, don't brag, and listen carefully, because sometimes when you listen carefully to what other gamers trying to indicate to you, you may come up with better storyline, you can come up with better thing, and do self-improvement, the final one that I could say. Because if you can't do self-improvement and change yourself, then there's nothing for me to say anymore. Because some people just love to see the world burn, and I guess that's how they think. But then again, I mean, like, that is just basically on them. I may be a little bit too angry or too emotional on the line to say everything too fast. But then when people just love to like when you found out way more information and I got a little bit too heated. Yeah, you basically see what this random chat is about. But then again, sometimes when you look at the whole situation, when you look at a lot of point, do a little bit of research along the line, yeah, you can understand why sometimes some people can't make sense. And I have been in discussion with a few people. I even consult people who is like don't even aware of this kind of situation. I consult them, have an understanding from them, and they give me their feedback. And when I explain the situation slowly to them, they kind of give me more information like, hey, maybe the other person is really as insane as. Because the thing is, like, initially I thought I was the one that's gone crazy, but then when I realized that, hey, I wasn't the one getting crazy, yeah, then I don't know what's happening anymore. But then again, sometimes internet just you get to see more kind of people, you see a lot of different comments, you see a lot of stuff. Then yep, it's always part of as a YouTuber journey, I guess, along the line. And it's kind of interesting that sometimes when I look into some of the stuff, some of the situation, especially Sweet Baby Inc, again, why I say that sometimes it's best not to brag. I mean, like, you want to show off a little bit, yeah, I can understand, but then why do people say that? Why I point out that the company is bragging? Because the thing is, right, the Sweet Baby Inc, if you go to their website, they are bragging they work with company like 2K, Square Enix, Rocksteady along the line, and games that have worked on is God of War or Spider-Man 2 or Alan Wake along the line. So when you realize the game they had, a lot of people have been kind of saying that how come this kind of game seems very bad. And one of the game that got a little bit recently, like, was the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Like, people was bashing the storyline for so many weird points, and it's kind of like back to the question, like, did Sweet Baby Inc create that dialogue? Did they are the one who come up with that part of the story? If yes, then even more people will start hating on them, because they add in stuff that is not supposed to be in the story, and they knew very well that a lot of majority of people weren't able to accept this kind of story. So even if people saying like, oh hey, we are just adding some information, like, the thing is, right, the chance of people dying in this whole world every single time by a shark versus a person who is being murdered in New York City, yeah, you go and consider the percentage who is higher, and then you realize that, hey, everything doesn't seem right to add up when you consider the calculation of the whole damn world. How many billion people are there? Well, you can count yourself. So the thing is, right, sometimes some information, again, I mentioned, best not to add in. But then again, when you add in stuff that is not supposed to be there, or when you change the whole damn script, it's back to the same thing where people, the anime and manga having their localization situation happen again, where some of the localizer or translator don't like the story. They say the game sucks, the story is bad, whatever. We're gonna change the whole damn line. So basically, what a lot of people are very mad at localizer for the past few months to the past few years is that people have been bashing the localizer or translator because of the poor translation that is done in the official way. You're called official way, but then you come up with the weird storyline. So if Sweet Baby Inc is considered localization of game story writing, then obviously people are gonna be mad at them because they help to so-called change the script to make it even more worse. And when you make the whole damn, when people got a hold of the original source versus the current source that was released in the game, people will be mad why did some of the part not implement. It will be like people will say, hey, the original script was much more sense, it's much more easier to understand, and the current one just doesn't seem to, like, what the heck is happening. So at the end of the day, who is in the right, who is the wrong? I will say against the skill, put up the skill, Sweet Baby Inc is in the full wrong, because again, apparently the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc is going around to game company, forcing game company to listen to them and consult them in so-called script writing along the line. So in that case, if that is true, that is considered blackmailing or threatened, and if true, I think someone should better sue them along the line. But then again, that is just apparently, so I'm not sure based on that information. But then again, if this is according to Rev stating that yes, they are the one who has stated as such, yeah, then again, there's something wrong with the Sweet Baby in along the line. Okay, anyway, I will put up the video that that I posted on you that you guys are seeing on the back screen to understand. Red Sun, Hill-san has said more information on that, so you guys can check their video for more information. But then again, I got my own source, but I can't share them due to specific reason. Because some of the information when I look is basically information from the employee Twitter post themselves, and most of them are very, very iffy. So I know some people will say, hey, but didn't some of them got protected already? Yeah. What stay in the internet? Stay in the internet. That's screenshot, alright? So anyway, with that being said, write in the comment below. I know I told you guys to write in the comment below for a few other stuff, but then again, what the final one, if you are watching all the way to this point, right? What do you feel about Sweet Baby? Were they in the right or were they in the wrong? Or maybe there was some issue that we can come along the line, because at this point of time, they are just creating more trouble than trying to put up the fire along the line. In my opinion, I just feel that they just should just shut up and change or do self-improvement along the line. But who knows? I mean, like, I can be wrong, but then again, it seems that my speculation and advice that I've been giving out has tend to stand strong and right in anyway. But then again, who knows? Anyway, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that never follow a single trend. But with that being said, hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.